Hello, everyone. Welcome to Connect to Naples. My name is Barrett. I'm a real estate broker here in Southwest Florida. So I cover territory from as far south as Marco Island to up as far north as Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda area, but I predominantly work in the Naples, Bonita Springs area, which is amazing and beautiful, but you probably already know that if you clicked on this video. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that you should be asking in any market of your real estate agent, whoever it is that you're interviewing when you are selling your home. Now, these are questions that through the years I have been asked, and also questions that I think it would be a good idea for you to ask as a seller. So this channel is all about things real estate related. Some things are very specific to the Southwest Florida market, but many things, especially things, for example, on this video, would apply to any market all over the country. So let's count it down from number 5. So number 5 is you should ask, are you available on the weekends or after hours? Tell me about your schedule. So you want to ask that question sort of in a way, actually all these questions, that you don't put someone sort of on their heels so that they give you the answer that they think you want to hear, but maybe an answer that isn't so truthful. Does that ring a bell for anyone? Have you ever been told something that you're like, she said this, but she did this, and I'm not into that? So make sure you ask it in a way that somebody would be more apt to give you a truthful answer. Now, to some degree, there's no right or wrong on this, because you might be a person that you don't want a phone call after 5 o'clock. I would not suggest you do that if you have your house on the market, but there are people who kind of keep strict hours and, their evenings are their evenings. But your real estate agent shouldn't be a person that will not communicate at all after 5 o'clock or on the weekends, because so much happens. There's so many people that work 9 to 5. You have to be available when they're free. So if you have husband and wife and family and they work 9 to 5 and they can only look at homes after 5 or on the weekends, you really should be available. So that's a very important question to ask. Number 4, what is your preferred means of communication? So in other words, you want to ask the agent, how do you like to be communicated with? Why do you want to know that? Well, if they are somebody that if you leave them a voicemail, it's going to take them a day to get back to you. But if you text them, they're going to respond right away. You really want to know that. And I say that because I am one of those. If you text me, my phone is in my hand 24/7. Okay, maybe not 24/7. I do sleep sometimes. But I always have my phone with me. And if you want an answer to something and you text me, you're going to get an answer almost immediately, even if I'm with buyers. Because let's face it, there are times when maybe a buyer wants to walk down to a boat dock, or they want to take a walk down the beach on a property we're looking at. So you're not always glued to your buyer. You can answer things. And I like to do that because I don't like to get 25 questions deep and know that my buyers or my sellers have questions for me that I haven't answered yet. So you want to know how that agent likes to communicate. It just makes it easier for everyone. Okay, number 3, counting them down. Where do you mostly sell homes? Again, not a deal breaker, because just because an agent has not sold 25 homes in your neighborhood does not mean they're not a good agent. Trust me when I tell you this. If an agent is knowledgeable, they will know a good chunk of the market. If you only sell homes in X neighborhood, so let's say you're interviewing an agent and you're sort of the mindset that I'm going to call local Joe because he lives in the neighborhood and he only sells homes in the neighborhood. Okay, well, where is he getting his buyers from? What if the buyers are coming from outside the neighborhood? What if they have questions about outside the neighborhood and that would lead them more towards your neighborhood? the features and benefits of your neighborhood. What if they don't know anything but your neighborhood? Local Joe only specializes there. So when a buyer says, well, why should I pick this home over here that's a quarter mile down the road? If Local Joe cannot answer that question, you're going to have a problem getting the home sold with that person, because they should have a certain degree of knowledge outside of the area. So ask them where they mostly sell homes. Now, do you, for example, if I'm a Naples agent and I mainly sell in Naples and someone asked me to sell their home in St. Pete Beach, am I the right person for the job? Probably not. Okay, number 2, winding it down. How long have you been in the business? Now, again, I'm going to say no right or wrong answer to this. It really is what your gut feel is. But in my opinion, you want someone who has at least 15 sales under their belt. Why? Well, let's look at it this way. Do you want a doctor who's done one heart surgery, or do you want a doctor who's done many? It's just, along with experience comes the experience of problems, solutions, odd things that have come up. I'm going to tell you, I have had every bizarre scenario you can think of, and we have to work through those and figure out a solution to them. So you can get a brand spanking new go-getter who's going to do a great job for you if they are super well-read and maybe have a mentor or an excellent broker. But for the most part, in my opinion, you want someone who has done some transactions so they kind of know what they're doing and they know how to handle things should they come up. And then the number 1 question that I think you should ask of any listing agent that you're interviewing is, tell me right now, how many buyers and sellers are you working with? Now, why do you want to know the answer to that? Because you want to know if they have some degree of availability. So if somebody says to you, I have 45 active buyers and I have 35 listings on the market. Okay, they've got experience. They know what they're doing most likely. Tell me about your staff. If you hear an answer like that, you want to know, what's your support system like? Do you have a partner? Do you have a team? Tell me about your team. How can I reach you? What do you do if I need to get a hold of you and you're on showings or you're on a listing appointment? One question precipitates another. So let's say you have somebody who says, well, I have 3 buyers that are actively looking in the market right now and I have 2 listings. But they've also answered the former question and told you that they've done 20 deals in the last year. Totally fine. They have the right amount of experience, hopefully, and they're not just absolutely inundated with buyers and sellers so that they're not going to be able to give you adequate attention. So too few could be a problem, but too many could be a problem as well. So you want to do the Goldilocks thing, you want to just kind of be right there down the middle to where your gut tells you they're available. And like I said, if somebody is working with a team, like I personally work with a team, my husband is my partner. I have people that do paperwork for me. We have a great staff with our broker and secretaries. So we hope, our goal is to have absolutely nothing fall through the cracks. So as long as someone has put systems in place to help you and make sure that you're taken care of, because let's face it, that's really all that matters. You don't care if somebody has 100 listings. You want to know that your listing is going to get the attention that it needs. So those are my top 5 tips. And let me tell you, I could give you 5, 10, 15 more, and maybe we'll do that in a video to follow. But those are the top 5 things that I would suggest that you ask of anyone that you're interviewing. Now listen, if you have a need in real estate anywhere in the US, I specialize, as I said, in the Southwest Florida market, but I do work with a mastermind group. So anywhere, give me a buzz. All of my contact information will be down below in the description box, and I will personally interview an agent for you and get the right fit for you, and it costs you absolutely nothing. So happy selling, and I will see you on the next video.